Hello everyone, I'm Arno, and today I'll be giving you a general presentation of Involeo and its main features. When you sign up for Involeo, you will then arrive on the dashboard. From the dashboard, you first have, here at the top right, the option to change the language, view your notifications, and then view your profile. Next, you have various shortcuts to our main features that we'll see in more detail later. You have a general overview of the revenue generated by Involeo annually, as well as the current status of all your invoices. Finally, from the dashboard, you have quick access to your 5 most recent invoices. What we advise each of our new users is to go into the settings, account settings, and then start by checking all the important information regarding your company. Next, you also have the option to change the password at any time. And don't forget to save to keep your changes. After doing the account settings, you have connection and application. Here, you have the option to sign up directly from Involeo to become an e-bill issuer and send your invoices directly to your client's e-banking. Or you can activate automatic payment recognition here via an EBIX contract by simply clicking on the link below. Next, in the invoice settings, you have the option here to set up automatic field recognition. If you use Involeo just to send your invoices, but you create them with another software. You will import your invoice template here, then select the different corresponding fields with the little scanner. If you import your invoices every time, the recognition will be done automatically and you'll save a lot of time. If you create your invoices on Involeo, you have the option here to modify everything that is by default on the invoice number, prefix, the title. You can import your logo and add footer notes. In the invoice design here, you have the option to change the visual and graphic appearance of the invoice according to what you want. Finally, the reminder settings. Here, we can automatically set up reminders either by deleting them or activating them, then selecting the preferred channel. Don't forget to save again if you want to keep your changes. Finally, in the settings, there is the guest account. You have the option here to invite a third party to participate in your Involeo account to give them access to the billing and accounting features. However, they will not have access to the account setup and modification features. Once the settings are done, what we advise again is to go into products and services and then register all your services here. You have the option to do them one by one here directly on Involeo, which is relatively quick. Or you can download an Excel document, fill it out, and then import it. If you want to import several of your services all at once, this will allow you to save time when creating your invoices. You'll just have to select the service you want to bill and not have to fill it in manually every time. You can do exactly the same thing with your clients. Here, by creating a new client directly on the platform, or a new one by importing an Excel file, filling it out, and bringing it into Involeo. In the client menu, you have the option here to create client groups simply by clicking on this button. You give it a name, a description, and you select the clients you want to see included in this group. Creating a group will allow you to send the same invoice to all members of the group. Once the products and clients are set up, we can start with the invoicing. So you have here a new invoice, the option to go to import an invoice. Here you can select from your files or simply drag a PDF invoice to use Involeo to send it. You have the option to send several invoices at once if you use a zip file and import it at this location. As for the actual sending of the invoice, I invite you to keep watching. I'm going to show you now how it works. The next part of how to create an invoice on Involeo. To create an invoice on Involeo, it's relatively simple. You can decide to bill a group or bill a client directly. Here you can import or modify your logo if necessary. Then at this spot, you'll be able to select from your pre-recorded services. You always have the option to add a product directly from this page by entering the product title, setting a price, changing the unit, and so on. At the bottom of the billing, you have the option to add a discount on your entire invoice or to add a discount only on one product. You can at any time display a preview, and you'll see on this preview that Involeo automatically generates the QR code since we work directly with the bank. When we continue, that's where we'll handle the sending of the invoice. Whether you create the invoice directly on Involeo or simply use it to send an invoice from a PDF file. Here we're going to choose the primary sending channel. If you're sending by email, make sure there's an email address right here at the top. Let's continue. And here we'll be able to schedule our reminders. In my settings, I had saved a single reminder, but I can decide to send a second one. Next, it's going to ask me to pre-select my reminders. Here I want to send my 2 reminders by mail. And finally, it asks me for one last check. Once the final check is done, I can continue and send my invoice. You also have the option to do bulk invoicing. For this, there are 2 possibilities. Again, you can build a group, then continue exactly as we saw just before. Or you can upload an Excel file. Each line will correspond to a new invoice. You just need to fill out the Excel table according to the different columns, then import it, and every row will correspond to a new invoice. Then check the invoices one by one, and you'll then be able to send them out. An interesting feature of Involeo is the recurring invoice. Here you can create an invoice exactly as we saw earlier, except that you have the option to have it sent automatically at a set frequency. You select a start date and an end date, or else indefinitely, and then you choose the frequency. Next, you'll continue, then decide on the sending channels exactly as we saw before. Once your invoices are created, you have the option to manage them. Here in Invoice Management, imported invoices, those that I would have sent with Involeo from a PDF file. Created invoices are the invoices that I created directly from the Involeo platform. Here is the list of recurring invoices, whether they are in progress, completed, stopped, or in draft. Next, in the reports, you have the option here to download a report by selecting a start date and then an end date. And when you click on download, an Excel file containing all transactions and all entries between the start date and the end date will appear, and you can use this document for your accounting. You also have the option in the reports here to display the billing costs. You can see here by month how much billing on Involeo cost me depending on the sending channels I chose. We see here that each of the sending channels is listed, as well as the number of invoices sent through that channel. Finally, in the Help tab, you have the option here to display the costs based on your model and the sending channel. Here, you see that the EBIX connection, meaning automatic payment recognition, is an additional cost of 8 francs per month. Directly from the Help tab, you also have access to our contact information here. You can send us requests, recommendations, or information inquiries directly from Involeo. Finally, in the last tab, you have the option to display our legal notices and our privacy policies. So that's everything regarding the presentation of Involeo. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us directly from the platform, or you'll find all our contact details on involeo.ch or on buildit.ch. Hoping to see you again soon on the platform. I wish you an excellent day and see you soon.